So the score is 2-0 here at the Etihad. Manchester City play Newcastle. Welcome to We're Not Really Here. My name is Cal Spellman, with me Cal Walker and Joleon Lescott. Pretty convincing 45 minutes from the boys in blue. What did you make of our first half, Joleon?
Yeah, kind of what we expected it to be, dominant performance. But from the start, they kind of set their stall out to probe and get in possession and in good areas and force the passes and force the runs from the lads off the ball. I think Newcastle's approach was a little bit different to the FA Cup game, which plays into the hands of Man City. There's a lot more space for players to run and pass the ball, and the scoreline doesn't flatter them. It could have been more. The one surprise is that Phil Foden didn't score his opportunity.
We did talk about that as we were watching it. 77% possession for Manchester City, 11 shots, 5 of those on target. Again, we're seeing them dominating that possession. Again, we're seeing them pass that ball as quick as they do, get up the pitch as quick as they do. And I've got to say, for the chances they've created, the football is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, again, when it clicks, it's the best football to watch, isn't it? It's kind of like every football fan wants to see their team play like that, and lucky enough for us, we were able to do it and on a weekly basis. But in the build-ups, especially to Mahrez's goal, the pass from Phil, the weight of the pass, don't underestimate how key that is to the goal. It just kind of nullifies the defenders' kind of ambitions of getting the ball. He can't get there because it's just perfect weight. And then obviously Kevin De Bruyne cuts it back to an area where he knows a player will be. And that's the understanding they've got. And throughout the season, they've showed that I don't need to know someone's there, but I believe if I pass the ball to the right areas, obviously the education and the understanding of the team, that they know where to be.
I think that's something that you see a little bit in cities when we do give the ball away. It's actually not like a really bad misplaced pass. It's a ball where you think someone should be and they're either just 2 yards out of it. I know Cancelo did one out here where I think that's where you expected Mahrez to be. So to get that good, though, and be on that wavelength, how difficult is it to get there as a team?
I would imagine the belief to do it, because I've seen training enough times, and when I first seen it, and they don't do it against, like, always against opposition or mannequins. It's just the patterns that they've set up, and you do it, and you're watching it, you're thinking, I'm not sure that's going to work in a game. I'm not sure that pass or that run is going to be on, and it literally is. So they kind of mimic and set up what they want to install in the games. And one thing that was noticeable when I have seen training is how Pep demands maximum concentration and effort. It's not a slower pace. It's the pace you're seeing there, and it's like, okay, now I get why the understanding is there, because they're consistently doing repetition and repetition to understand and being like, well, when I get here with the ball, I'm going to pass there. You should be there, and if you're not there, it's your fault. But if I run there and you don't pass the ball there, then it's my fault, kind of thing. So the kind of understanding is key to what they do.
Now, we've seen what Manchester City have been able to do when they are attacking, but one player that we talked about before the game was John Stones, so let's focus on the defence a little bit. It seems like he's very confident, and Kel, you pointed out during the game, you feel like he's really up for it, mate.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a couple of instances, there was a few headers that he won close to us, and you can just see when a player goes in for a tackle or the way they want to dominate, that he's playing that kind of role of, I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder, I've got a point to prove here. And I think that's something I've felt anyway. I think being here in the stadium, watching it, I don't know if you feel the same, Joleon.
Yeah, definitely. He looks very determined in a couple of headers that he's won. He's kind of gone through everyone, and on one of them occasions it was his teammate, which is always a great sign to see. As a teammate, you kind of want to know that behind you the defenders are determined to win them headers, and I think on a couple of occasions he's had opportunities to kind of be the John Stones we know and love in terms of bringing it down, but he's kind of not took any chances. He's kind of played the way we expect a defender to play, and he's just showcased, I'm here to defend. The lads in front of me will win us the game. If I do my job, we keep a clean sheet.
Let's see what Cheeky has to say after the end of that first half.
Cheeky, thoughts on that first half with City 2-0 ahead?
Good first half. Good intensity. Moving well the ball for both sides. I think both goals, they were quite similar, going to the goal line, good pass, and then Gabriel and Riyad. So good first half. Even I would say that maybe we deserve to score maybe one more.
That type of goal, going to the byline and then cut it back, that's a Pep special, isn't it, that goal?
Yeah, he's trying to create that space and then go, and then that ball is very difficult to defend. So this is something that we used to do a lot. Of course, if they defend that, then we play in the 16 years box. No, so there are the two chances. They gave us that, and we took the advantage of this.
Pep said a few weeks ago he wants to see his players enjoy themselves out there during these final few weeks. I mean, they look like they are enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it's always difficult, no? When you are preparing a game that is in 2 or 3 weeks, but finally they have to enjoy what they are doing, and basically also is get the confidence and to go. I mean, it's the best way to prepare a game against Arsenal. No? It's just trying to play well, create a lot of chances, score. Of course, better, and it's what they are doing today.
Delighted for Gabriel tonight as well. I mean, his work rate and his performance level is always so high, but he has lacked goals recently. That'll do him a world of good when he's scoring a nice, neat finish like that.
His work rate is unbelievable for a striker, and helps a lot and create a lot of spaces also for the midfielder. So we value a lot what is up. Of course, it's the number 9, and he likes to score, and today he could score, but. Again, we are always happy with the work rate. That is the minimum that we expect from any player.
David Silva pulling the strings in midfield as well. I mean, we're going to lose him soon, which is going to be a sad day for everybody.
Yeah.
Can you sum up his quality and his impact on this football club?
I mean, he has been unbelievable in football. I mean, in the world, especially here, that he's gonna spend 10 wonderful years, and winning trophies and changing the dynamic of the club. No, so he has been one of the leaders with Vincent, with Jaya, with Kun. Then no one will forget what they've done for this football club. Not only the way that he plays football, but also to become a successful club. No, so David is gonna always be remembered because that.
Looking ahead to Friday, we've got the Champions League draw. Obviously, we have to get past Real Madrid first, but what are your thoughts ahead of that? It's an important draw.
I'm only thinking to be Real Madrid. So, of course, I mean, all of them they're going to be difficult teams, no? But reality, I'm only thinking in to be Real Madrid, and then to be in Lisbon, and then we'll see the draw.
Cheeky, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
That was Cheeky there, talking at half-time, giving his half-match thoughts. Of course, ending there talking about the magician that is David Silva, and we were only waxing lyrical about him last week. But you can still see even there now as well. He has so much to give to the team, even though that he is coming to the end of his season. Yeah,
definitely. And again, it's never going to be in question. As long as David Silva plays football, he will always be one of the best players on the pitch. And he just thinks this time is to have a new challenge, and he deserved the right to do that and make that decision. But it's just a shame for everyone. They're not going to get to showcase the love for David. I know he probably won't mind no one being here and no one's being able to say goodbye, but I know there's a lot of fans like yourselves and me personally that know him, that want to kind of show the appreciation for what he's done for Man City and also the Premier League.
Now, he did appreciate what you said about him on your social media, as he replied to your video when we were just talking, as Kel said, waxing lyrical about him. But I'm now convinced that he does see things in slow motion, because on that pitch, when he manages to get out of the tight little spaces, he's got 2 players either side of him, and he somehow manages to get out of it, gets fouled, but plays on, and he can still put the perfect pass in. It's just incredible. I mean, it definitely is slow motion, or he's just better than everyone else.
I think he's definitely better than everyone else. I think that is the case, but he's just obviously enhanced my comments to I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, David Silva, he's great to watch, and you can appreciate it, but there's top players that know how difficult he is to play against. I remember a time when Steven Gerrard said to me at an England camp, David Silva, wow, he did a turn and a chop one time, and he said, I nearly ended up in the cup. And that's like Steven Gerrard, who's another all-time great kind of player. So to play against him, it must be frustrating for the opposition, because he's so agile with it, so smooth, it just looks effortless, and it probably is to him.
Now, somebody that is his successor in a way, Phil Foden. We've talked about him. He's not managed to score just yet, but you know it's coming.
There's time.
You know it's coming, don't you? Watching him play, watching the confidence, watching how actually he did come on in the 59th minute on Sunday, but performance against Liverpool to get more game time, 30 minutes at the weekend, starting today. It feels like now that game time is really showing off because he just looks so confident as soon as he steps foot on the pitch.
Definitely, and I think that's the only thing that's missing from Phil's kind of repertoire and kind of question marks over Phil is the game time, and can he sustain it for a period of time? I know in kind of spells he's come on and he's done well every game he's performed in, but can he do it over a 10-20 game spell? And that's probably the only thing that we don't know because he hasn't done it yet. But the biggest thing for Phil's confidence would have been that performance, but also Sunday when the team need a goal, you go in for Phil Foden. So that in itself would have been like, wow, I'm looked at as that guy now, you know what I mean? So to come on, you're coming on with Kevin De Bruyne now, who's obviously instrumental in what City do, but you're coming on with him to kind of change the game and create something. Even though it didn't happen, to have that belief from the manager would be massive.
Right, we want to hear from you this evening. Make sure you are using that hashtag WNRH. You can let us know your thoughts and reactions to the game. And also send us some pictures, which we've got right here, OK? Let's go through some of these. Now, we've got one from @Partington Donny, all right? And he says, Nelly's loving all these games at the moment with a picture of his newborn child right there. Or in the City kit as well, which is beautiful to see. Start them young, definitely. That's what happened with me. At least he's going to be now enjoying some beautiful football, not what I had to endure when I was young. Right, next up we've got another City fan right here in Hugo. This is from @CFB City. He says, @Man City, my boy Hugo enjoyed that goal with a picture of their dog. I'm not sure if it's a cockapoo, cocker-spaniel? No, cockapoo.
We'll
Crufts, yeah. Welcome to We're Not Really Here, a Crufts special with Kyle Walker.
And then we've got one more here from @OptaJoe. They always giving us lots of stats that I always rob and use as my own. So I'm going to do that now, OK? Manchester City are the first English top-flight side to have 5 different players score at least 10 league goals in a single season since Everton in 1984 to 85. Can you guess those 5? Joleon, we've still got to come back to you for the top defenders as well.
True.
But
I thought you forgot about that.
the top scorers, 10 goals this season.
Sergio.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Raz.
Yeah.
Mahrez.
Yeah. One more.
Kev.
Yeah.
And Kevin De Bruyne, yes. Sergio Aguero's got 16. Raheem Sterling's got 13. Kevin De Bruyne, 11. Gabriel Jesus, 11. And Riyad Mahrez, 10 right there. And I've got one more tweet I just want to get out, OK? It's from @NJ Rowan, Nick Rowan Art. And he's all the way in America. And he says, best part of quarantine is watching Man City. I know you're a few hours behind, Nick, but enjoy. Hopefully the boys in blue will get a few more goals for you right there. Use that hashtag WNRH, get in touch, send your pictures, and we'll get them out on the stream.
I think there was a second part to that tweet, so that second best thing is the show We're Not Really Here.
Oh, yeah.
That's everyone's second best favourite thing about quarantine. Well, listen, Joleon, you'll have to think about those defenders, because we will pick that up come full time.
Giving him another 45 minutes?
Yeah, we can go.
I was studying the game. I didn't have time to... Now I know it's safe. I can concentrate on the questions.
And also, both predictions are still well within the mix, aren't they?
Gosh, yeah.
So
4-3. I think I'm right. That's what I'm saying, you know.
Well, obviously United's too. Obviously
well, we've got 45 minutes of football to enjoy, and then you can come back and see what we all have to say at full time. We will see if anyone's prediction was right, see if Joleon can get those other 5 defenders, and hear what you have to say as well. We'll see you at full time. Enjoy the second half.